You see, the problem of politics is intrinsic. You look at the political parties, you don't give what you don't have. There's so much rancor, so much division, so much intra-party squabbles, so much shenanigans that lead to loss of values, that do not promote democratic values. We're talking about democratic values and values generally. So what you have is garbage in, garbage out. You have a rancorous political party primaries, for example, that will produce political leaders that are acceptable, and these political leaders are voted through, dubious processes, electoral processes that are not transparent, and then they become leaders. At the end of the day, they lose the people's trust. There are serious trust deficit because the process that brought about some of the leadership are flawed, are questionable. That is the reason for lack of accountability. That's the reason why they are not accountable to it, because they're not accountable in the way they carry out themselves generally. Yeah, go ahead. Political parties, and remember, look at it from the point of view of what the role of political parties ought to be in a democratic process.
Okay, the first question is ask, what is the value? What's the core value of parties? We have political parties that do not have any form of ideology.
Okay.
The reason for the garbage in, garbage out syndrome because there are no ideologies. So, what does APC stand for example? What does PDP stand for? When we say power to what does Labour Party stand for? And that is why there's this cross-carpeting right. You are a member of it, and at some point there are intra-party squabbles. The next thing you move from APC, you're a member of, perhaps maybe a very strong member of it, and a Labour Party that if you have this man on our side, it's going to make us popular because they are winning. And then they approach you and start having conversations around that. And over time, you're convinced Labour Party, perhaps because they give you the platform to push particular elected position that you. So what you realize, have individuals who do not even have ideas. You have individuals who do not have anything. Okay, this democracy we talk of, borrow this from the Western, right? Let's look at the United Nations. They are democratic.
The US.
We have the Republicans, we have the Democrats. You see, people have been Republicans all their lives. Who have been Democrats.
So they can be trusted.
They can be trusted.
They are accountable.
They are immovable.
Accountable to the people.
Ideologies. You can see a Democrat or a Republican, as the case may be, they will tell you they are pro-abortion. And no matter what you talk, during their campaign, see those ideologies stand for. Their campaign go around it. They try to convince around their ideologies. The campaigns of these political parties in the United States are around their ideologies and their core values and their value system.
And that's why they are trusted.
That's why they are trusted. That's why they are steady. And that's why when you see somebody who is a Democrat, the person is practically a Democrat. Yeah. But in Nigeria, we don't have.
So trust deficit.
Trust deficit. Really
among the parties, political parties.
Yeah, whenever I see things like this, they sometimes make me want to laugh.
Yes.
But I think Akpabio is very correct. A lack of accountability of this political party.
It's as a result.
Just because this thing sometimes is part of we want to be this, we want to be that, by all means, good or bad, right? It is something that makes them to now compromise with whatever ethics they have. Made them to compromise with whatever ethics that they have. And it really affects the whole system generally. It affects the whole democratic values. It affects even the administration, the current administration, that those who are in power. Because at some point you realize that because they're not accountable, they can't even be proper watchdogs to the ruling party. So it really plays a very crucial role. I hope that when we bring out things like this out, I hope that all these political parties
will begin to
themselves and say, let's work on
purge themselves of their unethical values that